Louisiana Beer Review Special Edition, Cooper's Brewery Best Extra Stout Revisited. I did a solo review of this in 2011, and then I did a revisit, I did a duo review with my friend David, and now this is the second ever solo review from myself, and it's been 10 years ago pretty much, not quite by a month, but bottle fermented, family brewed, 6.3% alcohol, 40 international bitterness units. This beer is certified kosher for Australia, and it's in a nice 12.7 ounce bottle, and it's a twist cap, which is unusual for British Commonwealth countries usually. Real Aussie beer. All right. Some smoke. I wish we got more Australian beers here. We get almost none. Be lucky if you find the Cooper's beers. I paid $11.99 for the 6-pack. All right. Pretty thick beige head and a dark brown appearance. They use black roasted malt and pride of Ringwood hops. And what other famous Australian, or maybe in some people's mind, infamous Australian beer uses pride of Ringwood hops? Foster's Lager and Foster's Premium Ale, which used to be in bottles around here, but they've gone to strictly oil can. Maybe they have it on draft somewhere. Now in the United States, Foster's is 5% for the lager and 5.5% for the ale. In other countries, you'd be lucky if it gets to 4%. Of course, in India, another Commonwealth country, in India, they have the Foster's Gold, which is like 7.9%, 7.5 to 7.9. I'd love to try that high gravity Foster's. But back to Cooper's, family-owned brewing company since 1862. So the brewery's older than the country of Australia, which wasn't established till 1901. The Commonwealth of Australia. All right. It's like brown bread crust, almost like if you went to a German festival like Deutsches, like a Oktoberfest or Volksfest or Deutsches Haus. They have that, what they call black bread. It smells kind of like that. This is bottle conditioned, so it's fermenting in the bottle. They put live yeast in the bottle. Cheers. Oh, and I bought it at Dorgnac's in Metairie, Louisiana. Check the date. Nice dark roasted malt, bready. It says best after November 10th, 2020. So they don't have a best by date, they got a best after date. Now, I'm drinking it after 2020, so I'm in a good area here. The body's very prickly carbonation. The body's remarkably light, almost down to porter level, but not quite, because there's a little velvety mouthfeel. But this is a stout porter. It's a dry stout, seems to be. It's very dry, powdery. Now some stouts aren't very stout, like the Guinness Draft and Murphy's imported stout. 4% alcohol. Not very, or some people say, I hear them say alcohol. It's got a lot of alcohol in it. LB4K. But this one is a stout. It's not they say it's an extra stout. Okay, so let's see. Guinness Extra Stout is 5.6 these days. Used to be 6 when we got the Canadian brewed version, which was discontinued. The foreign Extra Stout, 7.5. Good extra character. There's that Belgian one that's 8%, which we've only gotten once here, and it was here and gone and never came back. That was at Antwerpen. But this is a good, maybe I'd call it Cooper's best solid stout. Solid stout. But regardless, because different countries have different ABV levels. 6.3 is high for Australia. Look on these Australian brewery websites, and they got a lot of stuff that's 3.5, 3.8, which is, for the United States market, is incredibly low. Our average beer ABV is around 4.5, if not higher than that these days. It's a different thing. There's a little sourness to it. I don't know if they do like Guinness and add some, because I've heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that Guinness adds a soured beer in with the Guinness to give it that unusual flavor. And so this does have sort of a, I don't know, they don't give you too much information on the Cooper's website, but 40 IBUs seems like that. It's got some good hearty bitterness, but it's not what you would call a bitter beer. It's malty, bready. 6.3, 12.7 ounces instead of the usual 11.2 import, 11.2 ounce import size, which we do not like. We do like the 500 milliliter 16.9 ounce cans that we get from Europe and usually. So what would I score this? I can't complain. So I'm going to have 4 bottles left. I'm going to use one for Stout Sunday on John and Ile's famous channel show for Sunday morning. Come home from church, eat a little snack, and into the stouts. Hey. No, I don't see why I wouldn't give it an A. I don't think it's extraordinarily fantastic or anything, but it's super solid. And I think a 93. I don't remember what we gave it when we did the duo review. Those things, I do them, I score it, and then I mean, I can remember if I liked them or whatever generally, but the specific score I don't. That's why I put them on the written sites when I'm able. So 9.3 out of 10, 93 out of 100. It's a most excellent beer if you ever see it. I think $11.99 is fair for that size. I think so. So, les bon temps relais. I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all, this is a big recommendation. Y'all go to Australia and visit the Cooper's Brewery.